Hello everybody, Ace Trainer Liam here and welcome back to a brand new season of MetroMania. Things are looking pretty different this time because instead of just teams of Pokemon, we've got actual Pokemon trainers. I've decided their teams based on their anime Pokemon that have been revealed, Pokemon they've had in the video games, and then also made sure that everybody's got at least one Paldean Pokemon and one shiny Pokemon just to spice things up a bit. Join me for Ash versus Lance as we start things off, and if you have a problem with any of the teams, I don't care. Take it up with someone who does. Here we go. It's Ash Ketchum versus Lance to start things off. One set of 8 people in this tournament are members of the Masters 8, and on the other side of the brackets, we've got a selection of the antagonists to the Pokemon series, so we'll end up with a final that is good versus evil. We have a mean look from Ash's Greninja. Cyclizar on Lance's side goes for dual wing beat for some decent chip damage into Greninja right there. Every Pokemon that is selected for whatever reason, be it the starting 2 Pokemon, Wild Bolt Storm though, landing from Ash's Infernape onto both of Lance's Pokemon. Basically every Pokemon that's chosen at any point is done by random number generator. So if a Pokemon needs to be switched in after something faints, random number generator chooses it. Whichever 2 Pokemon start the battle, they're both chosen by random number generator so that I have no choice in it. It's all metronome. Court change failed from Greninja. Here's a gunk shot from Lance's Cyclizar for some big damage. Hit the subscribe button if you like big damage. Into Ash Greninja with the poison. And of course, have a look in the description for the Pokemon and what their abilities are. Here's Whirlpool from Infernape. Not going to do much damage to the Dragon and Water-type Kingdra, but will do a little bit of chippy damage at the end of each turn. Over to Lance's Kingdra now, who's going to go for a smokescreen, lower the accuracy of Ash's Greninja there. Down goes the accuracy by 1 stage. I won't be revealing the teams until that person's team has appeared in the heat. So in the description right now with all the rules and stuff, you can see Ash's team and what their abilities are. You can see Lance's team and what their abilities are, but you can't see anybody else's right now. That will be revealed as we go through the heat. So maybe guess in the comments, because I've already made the teams, the Pokemon are already ready, so you can't change anything. Here is Cyclizar, once again with a clear smog, going to remove any stat changes to Infernape. Did you guys see any stat changes to Infernape? Because I certainly did not. Speaking of Ash's Infernape, here it goes. We have a Revelation Dance, which will be a Fire-type Revelation Dance, because it takes the primary typing. Does not very effective damage, 4 times resisted by Kingdra once again. Speaking of Kingdra, here it goes with a play nice. Going to drop the attack stat of the special attacker that is Ash's Greninja. Although Greninja, does it have a decent attack stat? Can't remember. Couldn't care less about Greninja. But here it goes. It's the first Pokemon to faint. That's absolutely beautiful. Down goes Ash's Greninja. I'm now going to be completely impartial as we go forward. And this is the way you'll see. There's the Whirlpool damage, and then chosen by random number generator, here comes Ash's Sceptile. Ash's team was the hardest to make. His is the team with no Paldea Pokemon because there are just so many Pokemon that Ash has. It's so hard to round it down to 6. So I've picked what I think is a decent pool of Ash's Pokemon. Again, if you don't like it, find another MetroMania to watch. There ain't any good ones besides this one. Here's Beat Up, though, from Sceptile to start things off against Lance's Cyclizar there for 5 decent hits of damage, because there's 5 Pokemon remaining on the team. There we go with that one. Over to Infernape now. Will it follow up? Infernape's going to go for a spin out. Shades of Revavroom there for, again, not very effective damage on the Kingdra there, but does drop Infernape's speed by 2 stages. How will that affect it going forward? It's going to be slower, isn't it, idiot? Here comes Accelerock, though, from the Kingdra into Sceptile there, and a little bit more of that Whirlpool chip damage. Kingdra is not long for this world. Here comes Cyclizar once again with a Draco Meteor. Same type attack bonus behind it. Massive damage to Infernape, but not quite enough to take it out. And down goes Cyclizar's special attack. It's bread and butter by 2 stages there. Strength Sap coming out from Sceptile. Classic grass type move there. Going to lower the physical attack stat of Cyclizar there by 1 stage. And of course restore Sceptile basically up to full HP, because Cyclizar's attack stat apparently does just that. Here's Kingdra, though, with Outrage. Nice, same type attack bonus, Dragon-type move. Critical hit wasn't needed into Infernape. Down goes Ash's Infernape. Ash is down 2 Pokemon already. Here comes Ash's classic, iconic partner, Pikachu, right there. And now over to Cyclizar to start the next turn off, who's going to go for Luster Purge into Pikachu there for a decent chunk of damage. And down goes the special defense of Pikachu by 1 stage. Can Sceptile do something in retaliation. It's going to go for Metal Burst, but hasn't been hit by anything, so can't actually do any damage with that. Big mistake there. Over to Pikachu now to see what it can do. It's going to go for Earth Power into Cyclizar there. Little bit of chip damage, not a great deal. Here's that continued outrage from the Kingdra into Pikachu, and Pikachu is down. You know what? Let's hear a little word from our lovely sponsors. Now, I know what you're thinking, and you're absolutely right. He's about to talk about GFuel! For those who are not initiated, GFuel's an energy formula with barely any calories, zero sugar, and a whole heap of wonderful flavors like the absolutely delectable Sage Mode that I'm drinking right now. That's a Naruto tie-in flavor. You guys love anime. Naruto, I've been led to believe, is anime. So you, by extension, should like this. Plus, it tastes of pomelo and white peach, and that's absolutely bloody lovely. Who doesn't like the flavors of orange and peach? No, but for real, it is absolutely bloody boshty. It is so friggin' tasty. Oh, that is absolutely bloody fantastic. It is absolutely tickety-boo right there. Really hits the spot. And the best part is, with GFuel, there's no crash later on. So I could just party on, game on, you name it. Whatever it is that I do, that I need energy to do, I can do it thanks to what GFuel do. You can use our channel's code ACE, in the checkout box over at gfuel.com, and you'll save yourself 20%, if not 30% on some items, off your GFuel order. Make sure you're using code ACE because it helps support this channel. It's actually one of the best ways you can support this channel. And then tweet me your orders and all that so I can share them up. I'm probably going to start putting them in the sponsor sections, any of the orders that I get tweeted at me or wherever you post them. Remember though, GFuel is for over 18s only because it contains caffeine, and children don't need to be anywhere near caffeine. And why is that? This is not a Sophie video, so she's not going to reply. Because they're annoying enough as they are, and because it contains caffeine, drink it responsibly. Don't be a dickhead, dickhead. And here we are back once again as Ash sends out his Lycanroc to the field to replace the fallen Pikachu, still trailing 3 Pokemon down. Stun Spore is going to fail to land on the Lycanroc there. That's a lucky break for Ash. Really struggling against Lance right now. We see Ash's Sceptile going for Echoed Voice into Kingdra, not quite enough to take it down. And now Lycanroc gets its first move of the battle. It's going to fire off Self-Destruct. Is a really bad idea at this stage of the game. So Lycanroc is gonna go down because it's taken itself out, and it takes the Kingdra out, I suppose. So down goes Kingdra. And is it enough? Was it enough for the Cyclizar? It was. Okay, Cyclizar goes down. Now we need some more Pokemon on the field. Lance has finally lost some Pokemon as his iconic Dragonite takes the field. Ash's Noctowl, of course that was going to be his shiny Pokemon. I said everyone has to have a shiny. Ash already has one. And here's Gyarados, who is the shiny on the team of Lance, of course. Classic Lake of Rage Gyarados. Also, you'll notice in this series, if a Pokemon's gender's been revealed in the anime or in the games, I have tried to give the Pokemon the gender that they were specified in that piece of, whatever. I'm trying to keep things canon. Here's a dive, though. Probably quite a safe bet for Sceptile, hiding underwater. Don't know how much damage dive is going to do to some dragon types, though, that resist it. There's the tail whip from Gyarados, avoided by Sceptile, who's underwater, wherever that water is. But Noctowl loses a little bit of its defense there, down one stage. Over to Dragonite, who's going to go for Sand Attack and lower the accuracy of Ash's Noctowl as well. So not a great start to proceedings for Noctowl, but it's going to try its absolute best as it goes for Trick Room, which means that Sceptile now moves last, which is actually quite clever. And it also means Noctowl moves first, so not a bad shout there. Keeps Sceptile safe. Here comes a Brave Bird, but the accuracy drop from that Sand Attack paying dividends. Gyarados avoids. Over to Dragonite now. Lance's Dragonite goes for Electro Shot. Shades of our Chaladon. That's going to power up Dragonite's special attack by one stage on this turn, and in the next turn, that attack is going to land on whichever Pokemon it's aimed for. Gyarados is going to go for Fickle Beam, Shades of Hydrapple, and it's going to be an all-out one, but it's avoided by Sceptile. That would have been amazing to see, an all-out Fickle Beam, double power. The dive doesn't do very much damage to Gyarados, though. What's going to happen next? Noctowl is going to start this turn off, and it's going to go for Infestation into Gyarados. I'd have gone for something with a little bit more oomph, but it is going to chip away at Gyarados. Oh, maybe it's not. because here's a +1 special attack Dragonite Electroshock. Down goes Ash's Noctowl. It's all up to his Sceptile, and Lance still has 4 Pokemon remaining, and the 2 on the field are looking very, very healthy right now. Gyarados gets ready, goes for a Hex. How much damage will that do? A little bit of chip damage there. Gyarados not known for his special attacking prowess. But here comes Ash's Sceptile with a Wave Crash. That's brave, using a move of recoil damage. Luckily for Ash, it doesn't do much damage to Dragonite, so not much damage to Sceptile in the recoil. And now Dragonite is going to fire off a Confide, which is not good for Sceptile, who wants to do damage right now. Down goes its special attack by 1 stage, and over to Gyarados. What will Lance's iconic Gyarados do? Goes for Light Screen, protecting itself against special attacks after Sceptile's had a special attack drop, just to really stick the ore in there. Just twist that nail in, or screw, or whatever the reference is. Here's an Acid Spray from Sceptile into Lance's Dragonite, dropping its special defense by 2 stages, kind of getting rid of the Light Screen and the special attack drop. No bother though, because a Horn Leech from Dragonite will end that battle in favor of Lance, representing Johto, of course, because he was born in Blackthorn City, I believe. Could be wrong, let me know in the comments. But Lance is going through to the quarterfinals. I guess we'll find out his opponent next week, because next week, if we have a look at the lovely, lovely brackets coming up, next week we've got Cynthia versus Steven to see who goes through to face Lance in the quarterfinals. I hope you're looking forward to this series of MetroMania, because I'm having a load of fun making it. Special thanks to the Ace Trainer Ultra XLs, Bro Metapod, Purple Dragonair, Sin City Yeti, Gear Overlord, Toy Bonnie, Mumbai Cobra, Night Angel, Gamer Guy Mike, TJ the Nerd, Cap Rider, Blue Malamute, Viridian Folk, and Bogey Taker for their massive support on the channel. Don't forget, guys, this is going to be every Saturday, even though the first one was late. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.